I reckon we'll keep the table here, it's a good spot.
All right, I'm talking into the mic now. Testing, 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 testing.
Yeah. Yeah, we can go right.
Yeah, just otherwise it's going to be pretty tedious, that's all.
At 12 o'clock.
Yep.
And when they're off, just turn them all the way to the left.
And we don't have to worry about these
Yeah,
ones here.
no, just this. You're all good. Too easy. And then whenever you want to go on, just give it.
And welcome out here to Tracy Village, where we've got the round 10 game between Wanderers and Southern Districts. My commentary partner this afternoon is Clint Firth. How are you, Clint?
Good, Gray. Good. Here a couple of weeks ago. Back here in the northern suburbs of Darwin for round 10, so should be a good one. Wanderers have found some form. Southern Districts sitting third on the ladder at the moment. So Southern Districts third with 22 points. Wanderers sitting seventh with 12 points, but have won their last two, so should be a good one.
Yeah, they're on their way, the Eagles. They were losing the close ones and couldn't kick goals. Now it's on the other foot. The Districts last week kicked 4-15 against Palmerston. They'll be keen to improve on that.
Yeah, it's a big game for them. St Mary's we see on top of Tiwi in the current game at the moment at TIO Stadium, so that'll make 5 in a row for them. They're coming home really, really strong. Important for Southern Districts to cement their position within the top 5 before we go to Christmas, but also equally important for the Wanderers. They want to stay in touch with the pack and give them something to play for after Christmas.
And Clint, a big loss for District today. Their number one ruckman. Yeah,
Matty Dennis, well, I think some people have said one of the better ruckmans ever to play in this competition.
Can play.
Came from Palmerston. He's out. So Jabberson Priest in there for the Wanderers. Siren has gone. Umpire bounces. Not a good one. And we'll take 2. He'll throw it up.
Magnificent day as usual. Well, hopefully as usual.
Stinking hot. Not very unusual. White puffy clouds in the sky. So from Perth, almost feels like being from Perth. Blue sky, white puffy clouds. This time of year, you're used to the rolling rain clouds coming in. So Southern Districts first, go inside 50. Newman gets his fist to it, goes back for a second crack, gets his leg taken. McAdam there, handball's out. Umpire's seen one too high there, and it's going to be a free kick there to McQueen. Man on the mark standing right on 50, decides to go sideways, hits up Matty Shannon. Matty Shannon lowers the eyes. A little 15-metre kick forward, and he has hit up. I reckon that's Jai Bolton. It's not Jai Bolton, my bad. That is Ronald Fijo.
Yeah, the former Wanderers player against his old side, so this will be interesting. It's an unusual breeze too. It's going from, in fact, into his face, isn't it?
Yeah, which it wasn't 5 minutes ago. It almost feels like it's coming. So he's kicking at this stage directly into it from about 45. Going to hold up a little bit. Geez, that come round at the end to the left, big time. First score of the day to Southern Districts.
Yes, Ronald Fijo there from a long way out. It, as you said, it wobbled away just late.
So they go to the back pocket. The mark there taken by O'Connell. O'Connell goes short to Arborn. Couple of the mucks. Big possession winners there. Arborn doesn't have a lot to go to, so he's going to have to go long down the line. He's got big Ed Simpson there. Kick clears him. Bowden's right there with him. Players go up. Picked up there by Weetra. Ed Simpson lays a tackle. Bowden. Handball's through there. Players dive on it. And out in front of Weecher there. We'll get a boundary thrown on the outer side.
Yes, a bit of a fumbly start for both sides. A bit breezy.
So Ben Galbraith looks to be doing the rucking for Southern Districts in the absence of Matty Dennis. He's up against Jabberson Priest there. Southern Districts go backwards. Some fancy footwork there. Thrown on the boot there. That was McAdam. He goes forward. Not taking the mark there was Roy George. Ball spills over the back. O'Connell gets picked up. He's tackled there by Luke Smith. Wanderers gain possession of that. Only as far there as Southern Districts. Handball over the top. Luke Smith's in there again. Well done there by the Wanderers players. He hit that hard. Handballs to Stevie Motlop, and Stevie Motlop to the running Newman. He takes the mark on defensive 50. Well done there by the big ruckman Jabberson Priest. He spread well from the middle there, and he takes the mark on the wing near us, right in front of his opposition ruckman. Short kick, needed to be good, and it was. The mark there taken by Tyson White. He's wearing number 10. Marcus Totham usually wears 10.
I was going to say, Marcus Totham's old number. Well,
so ball goes down.
His number.
Centre half forward there. Well done there by the Southern Districts players. Well done there by Bolton. He gets a little hand there to the captain, Staunton. Staunton, it ends up there with McAdam. McAdam through the middle of the Tracy Village Oval on his left foot and hits up is leading forward. He turns around, a little one inboard. That was Luke Smith. He had a lot of it. He couldn't gather. Picked up there by Braden McLean. He goes out wide and out in front of Nicholas Waitman for Southern Districts. We'll get another boundary thrown on the outer side.
Just looking at the district's forward line, it's they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up there now, so they're obviously keen to kick early goals, Clint, even though they are going against the breeze.
Currently against the breeze in 5 minutes. I reckon it could spin the other way, Grace. He turns around here.
Who knows?
It's already going different to what when we first rocked up. So Jabberson Priest wins that. Ball to the ground there. Handball over the top. Out in front of McQueen. Arborn just tracks him, holds him up. McQueen with a beautiful kick inside. And the mark there taken by Mazzini. And he looks fairly confident. It looks like he's going to go back and have a shot and try and drill Southern District's second goal of this game. First goal of the game. Scoreboard saying 6-0, Gray. I reckon they've got that wrong.
1-0, yep.
1-0. It goes into the pocket. Picked up there by Fijo. Players going in hard at it. Clearing kick there from the Wanderers outside 50. And it was fortuitously lands in the hands there of Weetra. They're trying to move this. Weetra handball over the top. He gives it to Burke. Burke drills one to centre half forward. Big Simpson can't gather. Motlop's first after it. Picks up. Handball straight away. Doesn't hit the target. Well done. Players go hard. That was Mazzini. He used his big body. He's a big man coming that hard. Good old-fashioned footy. And we'll get another stoppage on the outer side.
Yeah, he is a big man. You mentioned Jai Bolton before, Clint. Of course, he's won 2 Sandover medals down there in the Waffle.
And that's a big pick-up for Southern Districts. I think they had one of the better midfielders, Kai Pudney, playing from the Samful. Now they've got a dual Sandover medalist from Perth. So obviously keep an eye out for him. Number 36 for Southern Districts, Jai Bolton.
From the Claremont Tigers, who played in the grand final last year, of course.
Correct.
Losing to West Perth.
I also see another Sandover medalist, Hayden Schleut, is coming up and playing for Palmerston. I think he plays this week. So yeah, there's some more players coming up here. Chain of handballs there. Comes there to Boys. Boys kicks one out in front of Motlop. Geez, that's a good matchup. Motlop on Bowden. Bowden wins that one. Well done. Gets a handball. Handball there to McAdam. McAdam goes long, ill-directed. The ball goes out of bounds on the full and will be brought back in there by Weetra.
He was a bit unlucky then, Motlop. The ball bounced just the wrong way when he was about to run onto it.
So it's going to be a good one, Gray. If we get to watch Stevie on Bowden all day.
That'd be a beauty, wouldn't it?
Bowden, one of the better defenders for a long time in this competition, and Stevie Motlop just setting this competition on fire. I think he kicked 7 here a couple of weeks ago. Right on cue, goes to those 2 players. Stevie gave him a little one in the back there. Umpire said, I didn't see it. Ball bounces out.
Just a nudge, wasn't it?
Just a little nudge. I reckon he knew where the umpire was as well.
So not much scoring happening right now. After what, almost 6 minutes?
Yeah, 6 minutes gone. Not electric footy. Players go up. Both teams sort of feeling each other out at the moment. Picked up there by Adams. He throws one on the boot forward. Thought the Wanderers player could have been getting held there, and then he could have got a push in the back. Umpire agrees. That's going to be a free kick there against Brodie Lake to Tyson White, and this is their first entry inside 50.
It is, yep.
And against the flow of play, they're going to look to put the first goal on the board of this game.
I still can't work out that breeze because it's changed again, Clint, I think.
I reckon it's coming towards us. Very hard to tell from here, so I reckon it's coming into our face. So he should be aiming at the right goalpost, Gray, you thinking?
He should be, yep. Go right, young man.
All right, so Tyson White. Ryder gets a run of play. Good connection. Is going to fade. Not even going to make the distance. That almost looked like it was holding up in the breeze there. Rushed through by Southern Districts. Wanderers' first score for the day. And that ball's brought back in there by Driscoll with a beautiful kick to the outer side. Mark there taken. I reckon that was Bowstead. He drills one down to centre wing. Picked up there by Luke Smith. Player fumbles. Dunstan goes back in, picks up. Again, goes a little one inside 50. Kick doesn't hit the target. Big Mazzini's there, tries to turn on a dime. Bo Schwartz went in there, thought he possibly could have get held. It comes to Luke Smith. He's got electric pace. On his left boot from the pocket, goes centre spot. Oh, that was Matty Shannon. He almost had a lot of that. They've done well to hold him up here, the Wanderers. That's Jai Bolton. He picks up. Handball's there to McAdam. Fijo calling for it. Bolton says, I got McQueen out there. McQueen takes the mark. He's got time. Aims at that right goalpost. And first blood of this round 10 game to Southern Districts.
Yeah, Jake McQueen found himself with a lot of room out there, lined it up, aimed for the right-hand goalpost and straight through. So first goal on the board, Clint. 1-1-7 to Wanderers 1 point.
Another one to keep an eye out for, Gray, Matty Shannon. You were saying before, Carlton VFL player from last year. So been very, very good this year. Pretty sure he's in the top 8 goal kickers coming into this round. Luke Smith down there, I'm pretty sure he may have been rookie listed with the club or VFL player in Melbourne. So he started really well, number 32 there.
And the other guy very good last week was Roy George, number 33 from up Broomway in Western Australia. So he finds the ball without any problem at all.
So the two ruckmen go at it. Priest does not mess around. He's a see ball, get ball sort of guy. One out there by Southern Districts. Ball goes there to Dunstan. Handballs. Picked up there by Southern Districts. A little one there to Bolton just as he grabbed it. He was pressured straight away. Good tackle there from Matthew Motlop. Mary umpire says, I'll have it, and he'll throw it in.
The number one out there is Jack Mentha. He's had a fairly good year too for the Districts in his first season of the NTFL.
Umpire launches in, beautiful throw. Players go up. I reckon that was Thorne. Gave his Southern Districts opposition a little nudge. Picked up there by Matty Shannon. It goes inside 50, bounces over the top. Oh, well done there. Spilt into the hands there of Matthew Mazzini. And Mazzini's also been a very good player for Southern Districts this year. Puts through another one for Southern Districts.
Yes, he's had a few touches early in the game too, Mazzini. He's obviously made his presence felt. Ran in into an open goal. And Districts have got their second on the board. Beautifully laid on there by Matt Shannon as well, just over the back, and an open goal for our man, Mr. Mazzini. And Motlop onto the ball, the former Port Adelaide and Geelong champion.
Yeah, Motlop onto the ball there. And also going into the ruck there was Jack Palmer for Southern District. So he's giving a chop out to the starting ruckman there, Galbraith. Players go up. Butson's on the bottom. Umpire had a good look. Says, I'll have it. Butson, he's got that blonde hair. Gray, he stands out. He's going to do the hard stuff. As you can see, he's gone there to the dual Sandover medalist Bolton, and I reckon he's going to go with him every step of the way today. One out of that clearance by Thorne. Drives an inside 50. Contested ball there at centre half forward. Players try to drag it in. Umpire's whistle's gone.
He's pulled out a free kick.
He's pulled out a free kick there, and that's going to go to Thomas Motlop. So combined with Stevie Motlop down there, it's a pretty dangerous half-forward line, and just a little one inboard there to Butson, who's tagging Jai Bolton, so possessions aren't going to be plentiful for him today. Thought he might have had a shot from there, doesn't. Goes to the pocket or one-on-one. Big Ed Simpson had a fair piece of it. Bowden picks up, raises the arms, frees the arms, gets a handball away, over the top of McQueen. Arborn picks up. Motlop got his Southern Districts player high there. Umpire said, you sure did. And that's going to be a free kick there to Bo Schwartz, who's a very, very good footballer. Was taken out after the kick by Stevie Motlop. Motlop drops his head. He did that. Yes. And it's going to be a free kick down the ground of Southern Districts.
And Schwartz gave him a little nudge as he went past him, just to remind him that he's going to be around all day.
So, free kick 60 metres out here to McQueen. He's already kicked one. He's a really hard-running half-forward. Goes deep into the pocket. It's a one-on-one there. No third man up. Sometimes when Brody Newman's there, you don't necessarily need a third man up. He's such a good defender. Ball comes off hands. Through for one behind. We've almost gone 13 minutes. 2-14 Southern Districts. Wanderers yet to score. As Butson picks up. Goes to Motlop. Motlop the Wheatra. Wheatra looks inboard. Oh, well done there by McQueen. Got a hand in there. He's on 50. Gets a call out wide from Smith. Ignores him. That was Roy George. Got a finger on that. The kick wasn't directed for him. McQueen's up there against 3 muck marks. Comes to Stevie Motlop. And Motlop with a little kick in the middle and the mark there taken by McMurray. They've moved this well centre half forward, but Driscoll read it better. Dropped the easy mark. Players come through hard. Well done there by Brodie Lake. He was up against the bigger man there, Ed Simpson, and they're going to clear to the outer wing. Staunton and O'Connell go at it. I reckon in this time of their careers, O'Connell's going to have the pace there. Gives the handball over the top there to Simpson. Back to O'Connell, as we thought. He runs away there from Staunton. Goes into the pocket. Motlop had a good look at it.
Once again, some good spoiling tactics there by District, but there's a free kick.
Yeah, I saw him signal high. So from here, it perhaps looked like he could have taken the arms, but
yeah,
the umpires said high, and it's going to be another shot at goal there for Thomas Motlop.
On a pretty sharp angle this time, though.
Yeah, you can see him just crossing the 50 there, so he's probably going to kick from almost 40 by the time he kicks it. Tough angle. Goal umpire doesn't move, bends back. And well done, that's Wanderers' first goal of the game, and they stay in touch with Southern Districts. We've gone 14 and a half minutes in this first quarter.
Again, I'd say it's taken them nearly 15 minutes to get, but Thomas Motlop then made sure of it on a very tight angle, but he did everything right. A very good player, Thomas. Been around this competition for a long time at Nycliffe Wanderers, and he's put the Eagles on the board. They've got 6 points for Wanderers, Clint. I thought there was a rush behind early, but anyway, we'll find out.
Well, the scoreboard is saying that as well. So ball back in the middle. Players go up. That's Palmer. He's got a massive leap. Wins it down only as far as Motlop. Has a bounce on that hard cricket pitch area in the middle. Goes inside 50. It's a one-on-one. And is that his brother?
That's Thomas again, I think.
Is that his brother?
No, cousin.
Oh, cousin. Sorry, my bad. And the mark there taken by Thomas Motlop. So he's on fire out there. This is his third possession within 2 minutes out there. And again, against the run of play, he can drill this and put Wanderers right back in this first quarter. So almost from an identical position, runs in. He's probably 2 or 3 metres further out. Simpson's got a big leap at it. Body on there by Driscoll. Driscoll goes hard after it. Well done. He affected the spoil, then forced it to the pocket. Drills one out wide. And in front there of Roy George. He manages to keep it in. Handball's back there to Delahy. Umpire says the ball's out of bounds. Give it to me and I'll launch in.
Yes, just a bit short with his shot for goal that time, Thomas, unfortunately for Wanderers. Districts have got it out now on the half-back flank.
So Priest up against Galbraith, the 2 starting ruckmen, they're back in there. Picked up there by Mentha, throws it on the boot. Taken there by Smith. Umpire's plucked one back there. Not down the field, so I reckon the umpire's saying it was as he kicked it, and it comes back there to Mentha. He goes down the outer side there and dropping back his big Priest in front of his direct opposition there, Galbraith. So well done there by the big fella. Not too much movement forward. Simpson provides a target down at half forward. He's up against Driscoll. That's going to be a really, really good matchup. Driscoll's a hell of a player. I'm pretty sure he's got VFL experience. Gray as well.
Driscoll, yep.
But it's going to be a free kick there to Southern Districts. I think that might be Fijo who's pushed down there. Oh, well done by the Southern Districts player there, Galbraith. Got a hand to it, played on, probably wished he didn't. Picked up there by Mentha, he's dispossessed. Going in there hard is Thorne. Umpire again has called another high free kick, and Shane Thorne, who owned that wing out there a couple of weeks ago against Tiwi, I reckon he had 10 or 12 posies in a quarter. Drills one, well sharked there. Handball inboard, picked up there by Arborn. I reckon that kick was smothered. He's going to get called to play on. No, he's not. Fortuitously lands down the throat there of O'Connell.
And he's on about the same angle that Thomas Motlop was on before.
Yeah, they're having kicking practice from out there.
Looks like it, yeah. Although with Bo O'Connell being a left footer, it should suit him.
He drills one down to the top of the square. They're probably always going to fall short. Mitch Taylor's there, gets a fair chunk of it. He can't grab, spins around, dispossessed as he kicks. Good defence there from Southern Districts. That's interesting. Mitch Taylor playing down there forward. A nice hit up out of defence there, and the mark there taken by Galbraith. So he has played in Spirits Grey this year. Mitch Taylor obviously played the majority of his career, one of the star fullbacks of the competition. I noticed in Spirits he's gone down forward this year. Looks like he's come off. He started on the bench and he's gone down to play a permanent forward role at this stage. So interesting to see how that goes for him. As McAdam comes off for a rest, he's going to be replaced there by Bowstead.
So Districts are 2-2 and Wanderers are 1-1. We've been going nearly 19 minutes.
So I reckon that's Mentha. He's won a free kick. It's not probably that thrilling football at the moment. Great to say. It's not going end to end. The both teams sort of sussing each other out. It could open up a little bit later. Well done there. Picked up there by Matty Shannon. He drills one in forward, and the mark there taken by Dunstan. Dunstan turns around. He hits up his Southern Districts teammate. Saw his man open over the top. Overcooked the kick, and that was Taj Stanley. He couldn't get a hand to it, and then runs and headbutts the post.
Yeah, just about.
Through for one behind. He bounced back up.
And just a reminder that you're watching AFL and T's coverage of the 2022-23 season, NTFL season, and we're out here at Tracy Village to watch Southern Districts and Wanderers.
So Brady McLean there, the dual captain of the Muck Marks. He kicks down. Ed Simpson, boarded the ground, roved there by Newman of all people. He tries to throw one forward, picked up there by Southern Districts, drills one right in the middle of the Tracy Village Oval, and the mark there taken by Fijo. Fijo's got Lake running on this near side. Kick was a good one. Has it bounced? Now he's put himself under the pump. It should go right to left. Oh, and over the back there. I reckon that is Luke Smith. Has slid in and taken a slips catch there. It's probably an outfield catch, more like it. I
was just going to say that. The Aussies down at Perth would have been proud of that catch in slips.
He's a very, very crafty forward. He had a magnificent year last year. He's one you got to watch from then. On his left boot, no trouble with that. Good goal to Southern Districts, who we tick into time on in the first quarter, sorry.
Yeah, time on 3-3 to 1-1. Luke Smith, it's a diving slips catch and then a beautiful left foot around the corner goal. So he's of immense value to the Southern District forward line. Yeah, it's a bit of a scrappy match, Clint, but Southern Districts seem to be playing the cleaner football at this stage.
They look a little bit more potent going forward,
yeah.
But there was that purple patch that the Wanderers had in there, which is completely against it. So Wanderers would want to stay with them. They certainly wouldn't want to give up one now. The Wanderers coach would not be happy on one iota if they gave up one here before quarter time. Just trying to find the umpire in the middle there. Oh, he's waiting for the ball. And 3 balls come back.
I don't know how that works, but anyway.
We went to get one from over the fence. The players have to go and get it, so it's not the responsibility of the goal umpire. The players have to go and get it. So not a lot of places to watch the footy down the back of those goals. And players have gone to get it, and they've come back with 3 footies. At $100 a pop, that's not a bad find.
That's a handy find, isn't it? Yeah. Only 4 goals kicked, so you'd think it'd be a fairly short quarter, though.
So I reckon that's big Ed Simpson in there. Just jumps over the top of his opponent there.
He got blocked there. Yep.
He got blocked. It's going to be a free kick. So as you said, Gray, I reckon time running out. He probably identifies that, goes long. It's a 2-on-2 down there. Driscoll always reads it well. Handball's there to Lake. Lake, soccer, missed it. Comes there to Bowden. They're backtracking a little bit here. They need to be clean. Tries to hit up Fijo. He's tracked there by Wheatra. And I reckon the Wanderers will be happy for that to go out of bounds. We'll get a boundary throw in. 40 metres around for the Wanderers goal.
Yes, be a very handy late goal here for the Eagles if they can snare one.
The Priest is down there. He's up against Galbraith. Galbraith, he's got the bigger jump, comes over the back there. Handball out in front of O'Connell. O'Connell is running the wrong way. Now he manages to get free. Got through 2 then on his left boot to the pocket. Lake's there. Geez, it bounces dangerous back to the hot spot. Picked up there by the Wanderers player. Had a shot at goal. Was tackled as he kicked it. Southern Districts gather in that back pocket, and Wanderers managed to force it out, and we'll go take 2 in that pocket.
Yes, time ticking away though. The Eagles keen to get one on the board before the first break. Bo O'Connell had an opportunity then, Clinton, but as you said, went the wrong way.
Got there by Galbraith. Stevie Motlop's lurking. Just couldn't gather. Bowden also lurking. Went to put it on the boot. I reckon that was holding the ball because he didn't dispose of it correctly. However, umpire said it was out of bounds first, which I'm not sure that was the case, but we're going to get another boundary throw in.
There it is. That should be quarter time. And Southern Districts with the early advantage, Clint. 3-3, the Wanderers 1-1.
All right, so quarter time here from Tracy Village Oval. We'll be back for the second quarter after a short break.
Goes for home and has nailed an absolute rip sorter. From the pocket, and he's kicked an absolute ripper.
And welcome back here to Tracy Village Oval, where we're watching, myself and my fellow commentator Clinton Firth are watching Wanderers playing Southern Districts. And it's quarter time where Southern Districts are leading 3 goals, 321 to 117. And Clint, you would expect the Wanderers to come out hard in this particular quarter.
You would, mate, you would. Yeah, very hot. Both teams seeking the very tiny little bit of shade that's on this oval here at quarter time. Wanderers, yeah, as is Gray, I think Southern Districts outplayed in that quarter, but probably the damage is, probably not put on the scoreboard. So Wanderers will be okay. They're in with it, they've limited that damage. They're in there with a chance. We'll go there. Have you got goal kickers, Gray?
Yeah, goal kickers for Southern Districts. I've got 1, 2... I've missed them actually. 1, 2 McQueen. And that's about the only one I can get.
1 to McQueen, 1 to Mazzini, and
Mazzini was the other one, yeah.
1 to Luke Smith, who's probably been Southern District's best player this quarter. And for the Eagles, Thomas Motlop has kicked 1.
Yeah, it's a big quarter coming up for Wanderers Districts with the breeze, though. What breeze there is, Clint?
Yeah, so they'll have to hang on here. Big Jabberson Priest in there. Love the way he goes about it. He does not look sideways. He's up in the ruck there against Ben Galbraith, who's filling in for Matty Dennis. A big omission from this one, as we mentioned in the first quarter. The future of NTFL umpiring, little Josh Cooper, is there. He's a gun, and he's going to have a crack at bouncing it there on the cricket pitch. Not too bad. Won there by Priest. Got a nice run at it. Picked up there by the captain, Staunton. He's wrapped up immediately there by Arborn. And Joshy Cooper says, I'll have it. He's probably loving that hard cricket pitch area. He can test his bounces out on that, Gray.
Yeah, it's nice and firm, the middle of the ground.
Handball over the top. Priest running forward. Picked up. Handball out wide. I reckon that might have been Wheatra. And Priest again. Oh, he had a fair piece of it. Yeah, and Cooper says he had enough of it. So he's run hard forward there from the contest in the middle after doing the ruck work. It's taken a mark, probably 38-40 out. It's going to be a good start for the Wanderers.
Going to say this will be a test for him, but a very handy goal if he can put it through. Man on the mark, yeah, about 40 metres out, you'd think.
Yeah, so probably kicking from 45. Breeze again, hard to tell. It almost seems dead now. Not too much movement in the trees behind there. Let's see how he goes. Kicks it. Goal umpire moves to their left slightly. Southern Districts players like it, and that is a dream start to the Wanderers in this second quarter.
So first goal there to Priest, and yeah, you're right, Wanderers second. Nice mark, although, gee, I wonder how long he held that. Just long enough, according to the umpire, I guess.
Just long enough. He did pay the mark. I wasn't watching. He could have perhaps paid chop in the arms as well, but I reckon he paid the mark. Yeah, line ball.
And Wanderers a very good goal after, only a minute of the second quarter.
So this the other young interstate umpire, Cypress Hart. He's not as game as the other one. He just says, I'm going to throw it up.
Throw it. Yeah.
One there. Stalked there by Matty Shannon. Had a bit of time. Picked up. Drills one forward at the bootlaces there of Matthew Mazzini. Southern Districts have got the numbers there. Comes back to Mazzini. Gets a handball. Ineffective though. Comes there to George. Look away handball but didn't hit the target. Comes to O'Connell. He tried to take on one too many and Staunton got him. Staunton goes in forward. Geez, I'm not too sure what Dunstan was doing then. He seemed to stop. Mitch Taylor said, if you're going to stop, I'm going to take it. We're going down the middle. He goes to Priest. Good chase there by the Southern Districts player. Drills one forward, but again, Fraser Driscoll, who I believe with Luke Smith in the first quarter have been standouts for Southern Districts. Read that like a book. Ball goes out wide to the half-forward line there for Southern Districts and right under the temporary scoreboard, which is saying 45 minutes left in this quarter. We'll get a boundary throw-in.
Yes, you're right about Fraser Driscoll. He gets that ball and he runs straight in a line. There's no going sideways. He's been very, very good so far.
Yeah, so from country Victoria, and we believe he's played in the Sample as well. Last year he may have played VFL, but a very well-credentialed footballer. Speaking of well-credentialed footballers, Taylor, but he's mucked that one up. And that was a really, really good pressure there by Mentha. And he's going to have a shot from that pocket, which has proved pretty tough so far today, Gray.
Yes, the only successful one so far is Motlop. He kicked his first goal from there. But, yeah, you're right. There's been some misses.
I think he's kicking into it, and it might go right to left, but hard to tell. Yeah, definitely kicking into it. Sits up. Almost like a pitching wedge there. McQueen gathers, handballs forward. Try to take on one too many. That was Thorne who got him, and then just rubbed his head in the ground and said, "Mate, I got you. That is my free kick." That'll be a free kick there to Thorne. In the back line, Dos Santos gives him one out wide. He ignores that. Goes down there, and again, Driscoll. That's another good matchup. Driscoll versus Ed Simpson. Doesn't waste any time. Runs around. Jerome Motlop smothers that. Picked up there by Boys, the ex-West Perth Reserves player. He pops one in. Bowden does well. Gets the handball there. Onto the left boot there of McManus. Manages to squeeze it round. Goes to centre-half forward there. Big pack of players there. Nice handball out. That comes to Smith. He almost got his head taken off. And I don't think there can be any complaints there. Thorne's getting a little bit angry in there with Matty Shannon. And Jabberson Priest as well has gone down there. That could have been some friendly fire perhaps in there. Sorry, that's Dos Santos has gone down. That'll be a free kick to Luke Smith.
Been very elusive and very efficient so far, Luke.
Definitely putting his hand up for an NT rep spot, I would have thought, in January Gray. I do like Kim Cantilla, but I reckon George and he are very close to the two best small forwards in the competition. That's going left to right. Geez, he almost read that well. Just a tiny bit skinny. 3 for 1 behind. And ball to be brought back in by the Muck-Mucks.
Yes, the idea was right, but he started it just a bit late. And away for 1 behind.
So ball out there.
This is where Wanderers fall down a bit from half back. They'll get as far as a wing in the middle, but they're blocked off there by a district side playing man-on-man football.
Yeah, went down there to Jack Burke in the midfield. He was body on body. The ball goes out of bounds. So, yeah, a lot of the play on the outer side here. Not too many crowd around there. Usually the players try to bring it down crowd side and be a better atmosphere. You tend to do your hard things in front of the crowd, but a lot of this play's been on that far side, on the Tracy Village club side. Picked up there, comes to Butson. Butson handballs there to O'Connell. O'Connell gives a little one back there to Weetra, and Weetra drills one forward. Taken there by McMurray. McMurray goes a little one forward. He's got a 2-on-2 inside 50. Goes to Simpson. Probably always going to go over the back there. Driscoll was right with him. Driscoll giving up a little bit of height in that one. Most people do down there to Ed Simpson, but he's won that so far. Ed's in for a tough game. Ball goes out of bounds. We'll have a throw in.
No, he's done very well, even on the talls and smalls. No problem so far for Fraser Driscoll. Probably the best player on the ground to this stage.
I agree, mate. I agree. Players go up. Comes down there to Bowden. Bowden throws on his left foot like a banana. Oh, well done. Provided a contest there. That was Roy George. Umpire said he interfered. Played on. Only kicked it in to Ronald Fijo. He gives it back there to George. It goes down the wing. That is Matty Mazzini. He picks up Bo Schwartz. He takes it. Goes in there to Mentha. Mentha handballs over the top there to his Southern District's full forward. Good pressure there. They may have turned this over, the Wanderers, but little Joshy Cooper has picked one out. And to say that Wanderers player is not happy with that decision is an understatement. He has stood there and screamed at the top of his lungs, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be a free kick there to Sam Dunstan.
Not a happy chappy is Mr. Priest. But what it all means, of course, is the districts have got a shot for goal.
Much closer. You wouldn't think distance would be a problem here, but the last one did hold up noticeably and hasn't been an easy pocket so far in this game to kick goals from. So let's see how big Dunstan goes. He's kicked a lot of goals this year. Deliberate approach onto the boot. Umpire moves to his right.
He might have got it by the look of his reaction.
He has got it. Well done, Southern Districts. They get their 4th, and we've gone 8 minutes in this second quarter.
Yes, Bit of a controversial goal. Priest seemed to do everything right as a defender was supposed to, but the umpire ruled that he'd interfered with his opponent, and the result was a goal. That's the vagaries of football, Clinton.
Yeah, that's
Rules and regulations.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with that one, but he's going to keep it together here. It looks like he might be having a spell down in that forward line. And that is big Jaden Adams. He's gone into the ruck, so he's got a lot of body size here on Ben Galbraith. Galbraith's going to try and jump over the top of him, I would have thought. One there by Adams. He comes down only as far there as Motlop. Motlop throws it on the boot. Goes to one-on-one forward.
Nice mark.
The kick always favoured there McAdam, and he used his body well. He's got a play running off half-back.
Oops, that's out before.
Right on the line there. And the mark there taken by Matty Shannon. So Matty Shannon, the ex-VFL Carlton player. Oh, he might have run himself in a little bit of trouble here. Weecher's got him. Weecher did well not to sling the tackle because he would have given away a free kick. The ruckman Galbraith runs himself into trouble. Southern Districts have worked this well. Defensive handball back there to McAdam. He on his left boot goes long down the line. Over the head there of boys. Well done there by Southern Districts. Comes there to George. George goes forward to a one-on-one. Dropped there by Motlop. Oh, he gets absolutely drilled there. I reckon that was the dual sandal over medalist Jai Bolton. And he looks a little bit proppy there.
And he's down still, yes. Just winded, though. He's up on his feet again.
Wanderers have got this. A little bit of a push there from Jack Palmer. Didn't affect the contest, and they win that. They've got a player running forward here, and that is Ankin Lewis. Bowden just tries to hold him up. Simpson providing a target forward. Driscoll every step of the way with him. Lewis on his left foot goes long inside 50. Two smaller blokes down there, and that was just simply better read there by Jack Burke. And he takes a mark 20 metres out and shouldn't have any problems since sticking through Wanderers third grade.
Yes, it's fairly basic football there. They ran the ball in numbers and found Mr. Burke with the gold boots. Or not so much gold, they're probably lime boots, are they?
Oh, they're bright boots. Let's go with that. You're not going to miss him. I might actually write that next to his name so it's easy to spot. So Jack Burke, he's going to kick from about 25. Gusty winds just picking up a little bit. Oh, it carried away to the left. We've seen two like that now. Hard to read. 3 for 1 behind. Wanderers needed that one. They can't miss them. They moved to 2 goals, 2-14. Southern Districts 4-4-28. We go on 11 minutes in this second quarter.
Yeah, the breeze are very fickle down there, that's for sure.
Big, long bomb out of there. Mazzini's there. Gets two hands to it. Perhaps could have ended up taking it. Drops it. Comes back to him. In there is Mitch Taylor. Also there with George. Comes out to Schwartz. He gets wrapped up. Sorry, that's Delahy. Ends up back there with George. Throws one right on the head of Mitch Taylor. Could have copped the knee in the back then. Anyway, one by Lewis. Fijo and Thorne go at it. That's another good contest. And right on the paint there at 50. The mark there taken by Thorne. He looked to play on. Perhaps
hasn't got that many options, has he? Now here's a bit of movement from the Wanderers forward line.
So he ends up kicking from 52, drills it long. Again, the ball goes right to left. So we're sort of learning you've got to aim for the right goalpost down there. 3 for 1 behind. The Wanderers are levelling up now. They've had a good start to this second quarter.
It's a bit of a query that. Do you run the ball into the breeze, Clint, or do you go long? And so far going long hasn't really worked. Mainly because that breeze gets hold of it and swirling type of breeze, isn't it?
The Jai Bolton there, the dual sound over medalist, just after that collision's come down, just cooling off, looks fine, looks like he go back on. Arborn tries to keep it in. He's pressured there by Waitman. Good to see Waitman back out there, Gray. He's the one who landed on his head out there at Southern Districts Oval.
Yes, there were lots of queries on his condition at the time, but he's been back for a while now. Been back for this about his third game back, which is great.
I think that game was called off, is that right?
It was. Yeah, it was called, and it was called a draw.
So good to see him back. McQueen, he kicked the first goal of the game, drills one in, mark there taken by Mazzini. He doesn't waste any time, gives it there to McManus. McManus sets a task there for his big forward, Dunstan. Newman's after him. Newman shows him a fresh set of heels, picks up, and he tries to pick out his teammate there in McMurray. Kick probably wasn't great. And it'll be a boundary throw-in again on that outer wing.
Yes, so we've got Districts in control, but not quite able to nail Wanderers at this stage.
Simpson against Palmer. Palmer did well there. He lost the body. He doesn't want to go body to body with Simpson. Simpson's a very, very big man. And a free kick, one there to Southern Districts. I think that was Mentha, thrown on the left boot forward. Big fist coming in there from McLean. Ball spills there to the middle. It's a 2-on-1 there. Going in there was Waitman. They've got numbers here, Southern Districts. Come back to Bowstead. Bowstead handballs over the top there to Smith, and Smith goes in board. A kick had to hit its target. He's made the big ruckman work here, Palmer. Comes to McAdam. Just not too sure where to go with it here. They've got to get it on the boot. Bowden, well done. Skips around butts, and that was a rugby move there. Went one way, hips went the other, and he drills McQueen. He's really opened this up. McQueen goes there to Schwartz. Schwartz is a good player as well. He's a goal-kicking half forward. Goal umpire does not move. Crowd appreciate that. And that's Southern District's 5th goal.
Once again, they ran the ball from half-back and did very, very well. They had to find a bit of room first, but when they did, it ended up in the hands there of Bo Schwartz, and he ran into an open goal. So that's a very handy one for Districts as we approach, the 15-minute mark of the second quarter. 5 goals to 2, is that right?
5 to 2, mate. Yeah, 2 goals 3 to 5 goals 4.
So they're definitely in control, Districts, despite some intervening by Wanderers, but they just can't get any consistency into their game.
As we said, coming into this one, Wanderers 7th on the ladder, but have won their last couple. Had a big win last week against Nightcliff. Southern Districts, who personally I fancy, and I think they've got a lot of players, if they can get them all playing at the same time, I think they're going to be a smoky this year. I think they're playing really well. They're currently sitting 3rd, equal on 22 points, so they're only off 2nd by percentage. But with Waratahs and Buffs coming up shortly, Gray, Southern Districts wouldn't want to drop this one because they could well drop below either of those two teams. Ball goes inside 50. Motlop's there. He can't pick up. He's then dispossessed. Well done. Goes back for a second crack. Waitman's there, Butson's there, handballs to O'Connell. O'Connell on his left boot. Again, almost seems to be like a tunnel there. If it's going to the centre, just right at the end, it gets taken to the left.
That breeze just grabs it, didn't it? Right at the end.
Through for one behind.
Clint, I'm just looking out for the other Motlop, the former Port Adelaide one. Can't see him out there.
Stevie Motlop.
He hadn't hurt himself, is he? Or is he having a rest?
Bit of commotion on the bench down there, but that's probably hard to tell from where we are. We can't emphasise, anyone watching down south particularly, it is stinking hot out there. Usually at this time of year with the humidity and the cloud cover and that, today, no, there's blue sky, you can see the moon, and it is stinking hot. It hasn't rained for 2 or 3 days and probably isn't predicted to rain for the next couple of days, and it is an absolute scorcher, so credit to these guys. One thing they are is fit, Gray. To play in this sort of heat is remarkable. And he drills one forward, and I reckon that might be Driscoll chopping that off.
Again, been very, very good.
It was either Driscoll or Waitman. Goes out to the outer side. Oh, the big ruckman had a couple of goes at it. Ball spills free. Southern Districts plays first there. He can't keep it in. We'll get another boundary throw in.
It's just been that type of game, isn't it? It's stop-start. But as far as moving the ball cleanly and efficiently, the points there go to Districts.
Yeah, they look slightly more polished at this stage, but when you got the people, the calibre of Mitch Taylor, Stevie Motlop, Thomas Motlop, it can change pretty quickly. There's definitely potency there. Ball goes forward. Mitch Taylor there up against Mazzini. That's another great matchup. One there by Mazzini. He gives the handball back there to McManus. Spins round. Comes there to Mentha. Mentha's had a really good game as well. Breaks a tackle from the 50. Drills one in forward. I reckon the Wanderers player got a hand in that. That was Dunstan. Spins round on his right boot. And well done by the big full forward there. He drills his second.
Yep. And Districts have snuck out to a 24-point lead all of a sudden. Nice goal there from Dunstan. He got the ball spun around to his right foot. evaded a couple of tackles and found the major opening.
Yeah, their second quarter here a couple of weeks ago, Wanderers, they played Tiwi, and Tiwi probably got on top of them in that quarter. The coach, Aaron Motlop, I went and saw their halftime speech, gave them an absolute spray and got right into them, and the boys responded. The Wanderers came out in the third quarter and just blew Tiwi out of the water, won the game in that quarter. So they'll be hoping to do the same again. Look, it's getting to that point now. 24 points, almost entering time on in this second quarter. So well won there. Clearance won there by the Wanderers. Ball goes forward. Butson's there. Ball spills to the ground. Players going in there. Umpire says, I'll have it. Little Josh Cooper.
And just a reminder that you're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 22-23 NTFL season, live here from Tracy Village Oval in Darwin.
Picked up there by Southern Districts in defence. Fijo's running hard. Fijo drills one forward. Well done there by Smith. He had a few metres on his opponent. Goes there to Dunstan. Puts the big jukes up. Newman gets a fist in there. Picked up there by Motlop. Handballs to himself. He did that really, really well. Comes out there to Newman. Doesn't have a lot to go to, so the big fella has a bounce. Runs to defensive 50. Launches one down the wing. There wasn't a lot there. Ball goes out. I reckon he's going to get pinged here. Yep. Umpire's pinged him.
Yep. Deliberate out of bounds, or what's it called now? Without...
Insufficient intent.
Insufficient intent. That's right.
Insufficient intent. So we believe there is no such rule as deliberate anymore as of 1 year ago or 2 years ago. Anyway, ball comes here to Southern Districts. He drills one in forward. Well done there by the Wanderers player. Comes to Newman. Gets wrapped up straight away. Gets a handball in there. Thorne is there. Coming through Jerome Motlop. Ducks his head. He's tackled there by two.
What's happened here? Free kick of some sort, is it?
Oh, a couple of players going at it on the ground there. That's Jerome Motlop and Luke Smith. Jerome Motlop's given away that free kick. And it's going to go there to Matty Shannon.
Must have pinged him for an illegal handball because he went in head first.
Yeah, I thought he did well there, Motlop, didn't he? He put his head over the ball. It's hard to tell from here.
I thought it might have gone the other way, but anyway, it's the umpire's a lot closer than we are, Clint. And this is our guy from Carlton.
Yep, and I think we've got him down for... No, he hasn't kicked one yet. We don't have him down. Left foot. Ball going to go right to left. Oh.
He's hit the post about three-quarter way up, and the goalposts nowadays, Clint, are a bit taller than when you and I used to play football.
You wouldn't want to try and climb up one of them at school, Gray. You'd probably get stuck. Yeah, well said. They are huge here.
They are giants.
Perhaps being a little bit more out on the coast near the wind, they have to go down lower, but who knows. Bowden knocks his opponent off the ball there, drills one forward there to 50. O'Connell goes up. Ball spills over the back. Thrown on the boot there by the Wanderers players. Mitch Taylor's there, dropping in front his Boys. And Boys, who's been listed as Wanderers' best player 2 out of the last 3 weeks, takes that mark. Just a little pitching wedge forward. Oh, it was sort of in the middle of his 2 players there. Bowden's there. Wrapping him up was Tyson White. Ball close to the boundary line. Oh, almost... gone there was Waitman. Oborn's gone. Players going in hard. Good footy. Waitman comes back for a second crack. Crowd appreciate that. And she is just livening up a little bit, Gray.
Well, that's one thing about this game. There's been a lot of contested play, which is what the crowd love, of course.
So 22 minutes gone in this second quarter. Again, not a lot of goals kicked. We're probably expecting perhaps a 24-minute quarter. Comes down there to Southern Districts. Motlop's in there. He always goes in there like a pit bull. Assists his teammate Boys there in wrapping up the Southern Districts player. That was Jai Bolton.
Which Motlop's that? That's Jerome Motlop, of course, and number 4. Yeah.
So Swartz goes in there. He can't take it. Wanderers player perhaps could have earned a free kick there. Kevin Smith-Thompson is there. Picked up there by Waitman, throws one forward, only as far as Newman. He tried to take on the tackle then, so he left himself vulnerable. Picked up there by George, round on the left boot. Probably had a little bit more time than what he realised, but it has been pretty hot, so it was perhaps perceived pressure there. And ball goes out of bounds.
Yes, he certainly had a little bit more time than he thought. Perhaps some more talk from his teammates might have helped. But they're going along nicely now, 6 goals to 2, and we're in the shadows of half-time, Clint. As the captain of Southern Districts walks past us, Dean Staunton, after a pretty tough first half.
Waitman there, McQueen, Motlop wraps him up, gets him high, and he never going to stop going in Motlop. That's one thing we know, Gray. He's like a man possessed out there. Little one forward by Southern Districts, and the mark there taken by Jack Palmer. So he's been their second ruckman today.
Beautiful pass, but it's wide, right into that same pocket, Clint, again.
Yep. And Sam Dunstan has kicked 2.
Going to say this is our man Dunstan. This will test him, though.
This will test him, and I reckon it's going to be close to on the siren or after the siren.
Yeah, it'll be very close.
So big Dunstan, we've got him down for 2 this quarter. Brodie Newman on the mark. Launches in, going across the face of goal. Siren goes. Not the greatest siren here, Gray, but we can hear it here, and that's half-time.
That's half-time here at Tracy Village, where Southern Districts lead by 6 goals to 2. I'm not sure of the point system, but and we'll be back here soon at Tracy Village after the half-time break. What is it?
Turnover. Tommy Clark hits it with pace. Serves it up. Oh, was it Bruce? Sorry. Bruce giving it over to Mitch Robinson. Robinson snap.
Sausage roll!
It's the Kodak snap of the day. Comes in.
Kick 2 goals too.
Oh, nice strike at the football. Can he work it back? Oh,
there it is.
He's worked it back all right. It's a Buff Ewing special. Just stayed there by the Saints player in Stenning.
Oh, Verodos.
Picked up Verodos on the right foot. Snaps a shot on goal. It's a goal.
Get around him.
So he's looking to snap on that left foot. Steps out and around.
Loves the celebration.
Through it. Oh, get it, mum. Get around him. Joey Collinson kicks a ripper from the pocket for the Buffs. He's end of the ground. Grenfold's trying to mark that. Well done. Picked up there by the Saints player in Hartung. It comes out. Little snap
Cookie.
goal. Well done, Cook.
The Cookie Monster gets one there. Beautiful snap through.
Ground Cook with beautiful quick hands there.
Boils out.
To Hillier. Boils out. The big guy from Adelaide goes for goal. And that's a great finish. Oh, that's a great finish.
Great goal.
Well done, Boyle. Kicks a goal for St Mary's. Has the run of it. Feeds it out. Salmon will get the handball from Lant. Joey Salmon on his left foot. He kicks an inside right foot and he kicks a goal. Great goal, Joey Salmon. It's long towards the contest. Saints player there in Hartung does very well. He gathers that ball, gives it over to Mitchy Musgrave. Mitchy, yes, beautiful shot on goal there, makes him pay. Chance to get it, he knocks it to his advantage and then gathers. Well done, Dylan Lant. Grenfell again. Oh, he's a nightmare. No, he's played on quickly and he's kicked the goal. He's kicked 5, the big fella. Oh, it's chopped off beautifully there by the Saints player in Smithman. Well done to Coco Nicky. And old Choco, he's got one for him against the grain. Coco Nicky jails one. Here he goes. Cooper.
I'm at Watkins here, a bit short.
Bit short, he needed to probably take a few extra
good goal.
steps.
I'm at Watkins from the boundary.
Watkins, get around him. That's what the Buffaloes needed. Here they come, the Buffaloes, the double blues. Forward there. Trapped well by Pendlebury. He gives it out to the advantage of Coco Nicky, who's been their best forward
Super
by
Cooper.
far. Over to Cooper. Can Cooper finish off for the Buffaloes? Cooper's jailed it. Well done, Cooper. Goes about it. He goes long this time.
Big
sausage. Go for goal, son. In your 200th. And he just does the team thing, the sauce. Nightmares about this bloke tonight. He steps out, he hoiks it across his body. That's another goal. The big fella from St Mary's has kicked his 7.
Palmerston Magpies share it around, picked up Guthrie. Guthrie kicks on goal in the square. Little nudge out, just the nicest little nudge out. And Brodie Lake, his direct opponent, my information was correct. He nudged Lake out, and Eddie Betts has the mark. Lake on the goal line, no problem whatsoever. So inside about a minute and 15 seconds, Eddie Betts and Palmerston on the board.
This and forward line, Ian, there's a big emphasis on Eddie Betts, and here he comes.
Betts comes into the picture. Matthew Dennis one way, then the other. Betts slips through. Brodie Lake, your man. Betts has got 2. Palmerston have got 2. 7 minutes in. No, it's not. In front. That time it's Mazzini for Southern Districts. Won the tap. Picked up. Kick on goal. And it's a goal. Inch. Running around. Is that Fijo? Fijo spins the ball forward. Looks for a teammate. Drops the mark. Had plenty of time and then puts Districts in front. That's Taj Stanley. Goal. The left footer. Across the face. But a big mark taken. Now we might have it. Sam Dunstan.
He is going to go around the corner.
He is a right footer. He's just stuck in the left forward pocket. Suits the right footer. Gets the hurry up from the field umpire. And Dunstan kicks and kicks truly. They've gone on Josiah Farah. Gets back to Farah on the left foot. Kicks to the top of the square. Over the back. Big mark. Betts.
Amazing mark. Right on the boundary line too. But he...
Not a note, but he hits the ground, curls it around the corner and gets number 4, I reckon.
Yes, and Eddie Betts special we've just seen there, Ian.
Unaffected. Ball in dispute. Maggie's at the ground level. Ball over the back. Who's got the pace? Michael Bowden. You're right, got Betts. Betts has got it. Betts on the non-preferred left. Betts has got 5. Doesn't matter who they put on him. Listen. The big man, beaten to it by Mazzia, picked up that time and a goal.
Yeah, make sure that's not touched. No, it's not. So that is the sealer.
Running away, he's run 100 metres. Kicks on goal. Dunstan, and there's Smith, kicks a goal. Luke Smith it was.
Wanderers another chance to go inside forward 50. A pretty open forward line. Thomas Motlop and Stephen Motlop down there working. Stephen Motlop just picks it up, wheels around, hooks back towards goal. It looks pretty good. I think it is good. It's gone straight through the middle, so a fantastic finish out there by Stephen Motlop. She's left a screen here, and Marlon Motlop gets the hand pass out the back through the hands. It's worked to O'Connell. O'Connell swings the ball around. That's a pretty good shot on goal, I think. Umpire Jenny Rowe likes it, and it's through for a goal for Wanderers. And Devils punch forward, and Nightcliff looking to work it out. Hartlett got caught with the ball. It spills out here to Tyson White, who has the shot on goal, and he's kicked truly for Wanderers' 5th goal with the free kick just outside forward 50 on the outer side of the ground. He kicks the ball inside the corridor, inside forward 50, getting his hands on the ball and dribbling towards goal. It's going to go all the way. I think it's close. I think it's gone all the way through, and that was Jack Burke for Wanderers. So hand pass back to Nyhouse, and he chips him forward to Philo. Philo drills it inside forward 50, and that's a better forward entry, and first goal on the board. He'll be kicking from just inside 50. It's high, looks pretty straight. If it's got the distance, it has got the distance, and that's Nightcliff's first goal for the game. And Wanderers tidy up and clear away. It was Wheatra called his teammate out there and then spilt the mark, and here's a flying shot for goal. I think it's gone all the way through. It is. And we've got a stoppage here, and Marlon Motlop doing the rock work, taps it out to Thomas. Thomas with a snapshot at goal, looks good. And the veteran, I'm sure he won't mind me calling him a veteran, gets on the end of that, and he's been pretty good for Wanderers tonight. Looks like he'll take the shot at goal from out there in the right forward pocket. Kicks on its way. It looks pretty good. I think it is good. That was just snuck that one inside the left-hand goal post. It's a quality finish. Paid again for holding here. It's Jackson who'll take that free kick. He wastes no time getting it long inside forward 50, thumped away from behind. Hartlett at the front, tries to get past an opponent, gets the hand pass across, and he finds his teammate Sean Wilson down there, who makes no mistake on the left foot from the top of the goal square.
And welcome back here to Tracy Village, where Southern Districts lead Wanderers 6-5-41 to Wanderers 2-4-16. Remembering that this is AFL and T's coverage of the 22-23 TIO NTFL season. And Clint, you would expect Districts to go on with it from here on in.
Yeah, you would. They've been the better team so far. Wanderers have looked good in patches. But yeah, look, to be honest, Southern Districts have looked the better team. But as we said before, Gray, a couple of weeks ago here, after half-time, Wanderers coach Aaron Motlop against Tiwi came out and gave him an absolute roast at half-time. and Wanderers came out after half-time and wiped the floor with Tiwi. So, look, they've done it, and that was at this oval, so they'll be looking to do that again.
It was one of those fire and brimstone addresses, wasn't it?
Yeah, he definitely
worked.
He let rip, and his players responded. Yeah.
Just on the goal kickers too, Clint. Just before we get going again, as both teams go through their warm-ups, Sam Dunson's kicked 2 up at full forward. He's provided a target for his players coming down the ground, and singles to Bo Schwartz, Jack McQueen, and Matthew Mazzini, who's been very good, and a single there to Luke Smith, who we've been very impressed with. And for Wanderers, singles to Thomas Motlop and Jabaston Priest. So Wanderers, they've got enough of the ball, but they just can't get any fluency going, whereas Districts have definitely got the fluency going. They've got a much more wider spread of players. And as I watch them out there in the huddle, you'd think they would go on with it. But as you said, Wanderers a very unpredictable side.
Yeah, Brodie Newman, Mitch Taylor been superb. Brodie Newman's had a ton of it, as he does week in, week out there for the Wanderers. I think probably his matchup the other end, Fraser Driscoll, to me, has probably been the best player on the ground at this stage, Gray.
Yep.
Along with Luke Smith in the forward line. He's just an energiser battery that just keeps running, and he's going to get 15, 20 touches a game and chop you up with most of them. So they're probably Southern District's 2 best at the moment. Jake Mentha's had a lot of the footy. Michael Bowden has been solid down back. The 2 forwards, Mazzini and Dunstan, both been very good. And as I said, Nicholas Waitman also played well. But I think Smith and what's his name, Driscoll, being the best players on the ground.
Interesting too, I just got a text from the Palmerston boys. Jack Mentha is a former Palmerston Magpie as well.
Okay.
So he's the big number 1 out there. He's been very good, but it's good to see Wanderers ready to go here, and it's good to see the other Motlop, S. Motlop, back on the ground as we enter the third quarter.
Yeah, Steve, every time I see him play, he's probably the best player on the ground. Probably hasn't dominated that way today. And then you've got Southern District's absolute gun, Jai Bolton, the dual Sandover medalist on the other team. So it's right on cue there. Stevie Motlop, first clearance. He probably will change that, knowing him. He goes out wide, and the mark there taken by his captain, McLean. So let's see how they come out here, the Wanderers. He goes back to Motlop. He's starting in the centre. That's 2 touches already. Weecher on this far side calling for it. Well done. Got a hand in there, Mentha. If he didn't, they were in trouble. Fijo goes right, goes left, then goes down the middle, shanks a kick. It's going to get there to Bolton, but not before it's picked up there by McLean. McLean holds possession. A little one out wide. Doesn't hit his Muck's teammate. He's got support there, but Oborn gives the handball on. Ball ends up coming there to Simpson. Simpson gives it there to Boys. And Boys goes boundary side, handballs out wide, comes back to O'Born. So a couple of their big ball winners there. He's going to draw the player to him. He did that well. They've got the extra number there, but that was McQueen who got a hand in there. Comes back to Arborn. He goes long. Jabberson Priest had a fair bit of it. He couldn't take it. Off the ground there by Southern Districts. Only as far there as Weetra. It's coming back in. He has a long ping at goal. Probably had a couple of better options there. Put his hand up immediately and said, sorry, boys. Ball goes out of bounds on the full, and McCallum will bring it back in.
I was just going to say that, Clint, he did have a couple of targets that were open, but he decided to blaze away and sliced it away to the right, unfortunately, and it's out of bounds.
So McAdam, we think it's his first game back for the season. Little one down the line. And the mark there taken by Roy George. George drills one. Bowden was there. He couldn't wrap it up. Ball goes out of bounds on the far side. We'll get a boundary throw in.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lack of communication there between the Wanderers forwards when Weetra had the ball. A bit more yelling, a bit more talk. rather than blazing away.
Weech has got a lot of space out here. He's been standing here for a long time by himself. George just going to him now. And we've got Simpson up against Galbraith. Bounding up on throwing it into the wind. It was well done there by Galbraith. Got the handball. Schwartz goes down. Little handball there to Galbraith. Spins out of trouble. Goes forward. Well read there by Newman. He was the first one there. Bounced off his chest. That's Schwartz. Handball over the top there to Dos Santos. Dos Santos drives one forward. It's 2-on-1 here at Southern Districts, but well done there. That was Jack Burke. He wanted it most. Gets it to Motlop. Motlop drives one long inside 50 to his cousin there, Thomas Motlop. Again, probably not the most direct footy, Gray.
It doesn't seem to be enough lead-up play from the Wanderers forwards. They're not leading into the ball.
I think, particularly if you're kicking with the win this quarter, get your big bloke down there, Priest, which they've got, put it on his head and get Stevie Motlop or Thomas Motlop at his feet.
At his feet, that's right.
Don't want to go wide. We've seen how hard it is. Nice footwork there by George. Kick up. A nice hit up there by Mente. Doesn't waste any time. Spins around. Matty Shannon's got some space on this near side. Gathers. Runs to 48 on his left boot. He looked ominous. Again, the ball goes to the left-hand side down that end. So the wind's still going right to left there. And it'll be brought back in by Mitch Taylor.
Still causing havoc down there is the breeze. But, Wanderers, they have to look up when they run out of the middle and see what targets they've got, really.
So Mitch Taylor again to that far side. Beautiful kick. And the mark there taken by big Ed Simpson. Simpson goes in board to Oborn. He's only a short man. Put an arm up. He couldn't grab it. Comes there to Fijo. Fijo, little pitching wedge in forward. Mitch Taylor used his body well, I thought, from here. Probably the umpire had a better view of it there. Gray, I thought he actually used his body well there, but it's going to be a free kick to his direct opposition there. I think that is Mazzini, and he's going to line up for his second.
Bit of a 50-50 contest that. Taylor always only for the ball, but the umpire ruled that it interfered with his opponent. So it means Mazzini can kick another goal for Districts, although, as we've seen all day, Clint tends to waft away to the left.
He's going to have to go right post here. I'm sure these boys would have learnt this now, whether he can execute that. Right post, and comes back right on cue. Well done, Mazzini. He and Dunstan, they're two tall forwards there. They're a good target up forward. Mazzini kicks his second. Dunstan's got two. And we've gone almost 5 minutes in this third quarter.
Yes, almost a game breaker that. Wanderers had done a lot of the attacking, but once again, no system up there. Districts go forward, and although it was a 50-50 free kick decision, but certainly went Districts' way, and very well kicked there by Mazzini. That's his second, you're right. And they've stretched their lead out now to 31 points.
Yeah, so a game-high lead, Gray. The Wanderers they cannot let it go past here. It's going to be a very, very difficult assignment against a very, very good football team in Southern Districts if they let this blowout beyond here. Stevie Motlop been injected into the middle. Hasn't had his best day. Certainly hasn't played a bad game by any means, but hasn't dominated. McQueen's with him. One there by Boys. He's wrapped up there by McQueen. Umpire says, I'll have it. We'll go again there on the cricket pitch area in the middle.
Yes, they haven't allowed the Wanderers, District boys haven't allowed Wanderers all that much space today, and it's certainly worked against them. That might be in the back. No.
Well, umpire says play on. Picked up there, Stevie Motlop running the wrong way, spins around on his right boot, again fairly wide, but that's a good lead up and hit up. He read that well off the boot there, Burke. He's got to go direct to the hot spot. He gets around one, he's done well from 51. That's the hot spot we're talking about. Priest is there, Driscoll comes across in front of him. Little push there by Motlop. Umpire judged it to be in the side. He said play on. Some fancy footwork there by Fijo, and Southern Districts try to clear. Shank the kick. And just bounced inside the line, and we're going to get a boundary throw in 50 metres around from Wanderers' goal. Just struggling right at that hot spot, aren't they, to pluck a
they just can't get through half forward. Yeah, they although that was good lead-up play there by Motlop when he found his teammate, but unfortunately it's ended up without a score.
Well, that girl's done a couple of small throws now. The ruckmen have got to get onto that. It goes short every time. Ball goes there. Driscoll's there. Oh, goes down low. Could have taken the feet of the Wanderers player there. Umpire Joshy Cooper says throw it in. And yeah, it's a tough pocket to throw in. She's going directly into the breeze, so these ruckmen should be looking for this at the front. Stevie Motlop nominating, which is interesting.
Very interesting.
I reckon
he's aware of what's going on with these throw-ins, I think.
Goes down the front. Oh, he almost did well. Tried to push his player out the way. Thomas Motlop's there. Southern District's player held it a while. Kicked there, and the mark there taken by fumbled there by Galbraith. And we're locked in that pocket at the Tracy Village Club end. Then we'll get another boundary throw-in.
Yes, they've been down there for more than a minute and a half now, so there's been some pretty tough contests as Roy George walks past us, the district's boy. He's got a bit of a limp on him, or is he just the way he walks? Maybe the way he walks.
So Southern District's there, George hugging the boundary line to Mentha. Smith Thompson was right there with him. So this is good sort of forward pressure here by the Wanderers. They're not letting Southern District clear it and go coast to coast, which is probably their issue in the first half, Gray.
It happened a few times in the first half, didn't it?
Priest in front. Spills there to Smith. McQueen's there. Boys is with him. Umpire Cypress Hart says, I'll have it.
Once again, the Wanderers boys can't find any room against this very tight checking district side.
One there by Southern Districts. Fijo can't pick up. Beautiful handball there by Smith. Goes forward. There's that contest. Geez, that's a good contest. We've got Matty Mazzini, a really good tall forward there up against Mitch Taylor. Two blokes going at it really, really hard.
That's what you like to see in a real fair income contest.
And down there we've got Brodie Newman on Sam Dunstan. So a couple of really, really good matchups there, keeping those Gun Wanderers players accountable. Comes there to Staunton, he's run forward. He gives it back there to George. George, a little one in the middle. The kick was perfect.
Superb play by the captain. Leading from the front then, Dean Staunton.
Yeah, Dunstan didn't have a lot on his Newman, did he? And Newman tried to get round him. The kick was just sort of perfect, and Newman didn't do too much wrong. So you can't really say too much bad there about Newman. He's been sensational. The amount of rebounds he gets out of 50 is freakish, to be honest. So,
what do they say about the kick? Centimetre perfect.
Centimetre perfect.
This will be for his third, I think, for Dunstan.
Dunstan. I'm pretty sure he entered this week in the top 10 goal kickers in the competition, so he's had a good season. Should go right to left.
He's done exactly that.
Well, aimed at the right goalpost, come back through. And I reckon that is the second goal of this third quarter. Southern Districts have them both.
Yes, they've skipped away now. They're leading by 38 points. I'm just looking at the Wanderers boys in the middle there. They're pointing to each other as if something has to happen if they're going to stay in this contest. Southern District's calm and calculated as they walk back to the centre bounce. What are we? 8-6-54 to 2-4-16. Long way back for Wanderers, Clint.
It is. Bo O'Connell forward, and perhaps he's forward because I was going to say Motlop's in the middle, but Motlop isn't in the middle. So, yeah, O'Connell, obviously a Nichols medalist, and you've got Stevie Motlop down there and his cousin Thomas Motlop. So I'd be throwing one of those three in the middle. They've got Arborn, Boys and Butson in there at the moment. Butson going everywhere, every step of the way there with Jai Bolton, the dual Sandover medalist, who's been pretty quiet. Butson's done a good job on him, Gray.
He has. He's done a very good job on the big fellow.
The Joshy Smith getting confidence with that bounce. Priest wins it. Comes down to Butson. Bolton's got him. Interesting how the umpire's going to see that. He's called it a sling. Dangerous tackle.
Now this will be interesting. Just look at the Wanderers forward line now. Have we got much movement down there? Not really.
There's no big target, 50 from it.
And we're going to have to go long.
Wide. Goes to that pocket. Having a good crack there was Tyson White. O'Connell's at his feet. They can't keep it in. But again, pushing it wide out to that pocket, which has proved very hard to score from.
Yes, not a particularly positive move, that, for a team that needs goals and needs them in a hurry.
So that's Adams up against Driscoll. Driscoll says, I'm not waiting for you. Takes it. Goes forward. At the feet there, Mazzini. Did well to keep it in front of him. Matthew Motlop's there. Well done there by the Wanderers. Oh, they're sort of playing around with it. Smith-Thompson to Butson. They just got to get this on the boot. Butson back to Arbon to Butson. Oh, they're playing with fire here. Smith-Thompson back there to Weecher. Back to Butson. Beautiful pressure by Southern Districts. Forced them all the way back. It was almost like rugby union style. Ball comes there to Boys.
Great tackle again by Districts.
Again, he looked up. He didn't have too much to go to. And the pressure from Southern Districts is notable.
And he's won himself a free kick as well.
So that's Mazzini. He launches in long to his twin tower there, Dunstan. He can't grab it. Newman goes to the ground, got taken high. We could see that from here. Southern Districts player arguing with that. It doesn't have a case there. There'll be a free kick there to Newman. Again, they go down that outer side. And the mark there taken by Butson. He goes back there to Newman. Goes short there. Arbon couldn't take it. Mentha picks up, does a hurdle over his player. Comes there to Smith. He drills one. One-on-one. Oh, I think he might have done a shoulder here. That's Big Dunstan. Will stay with the play, but I think that was Taj Stanley.
Yes, he's definitely holding his right shoulder. No, that's Big Dunstan, is it? Holding his shoulder?
Yeah, Big Dunstan. I think Stanley kicked the goal there,
the goal.
Gray.
Sorry, other way around.
And then Big Dunstan looks like he's got a stinger or twing something in his shoulder. He went down like he'd been shot. He's still down, but he's not coming off.
Yeah, someone's winged him, obviously.
It looked like a one-on-one with Mitch Taylor. It didn't look like there was too much in it, but
still stretching, but most important thing for Districts is they've got their 9th goal. Sheer weight of numbers then in the goal square.
So as we said, this is game high. We're at 44 points, becoming a bit of a drubbing here. If Wanderers are any chance in this, they basically need to keep Southern Districts scoreless for the rest of this quarter and kick a few themselves. But Southern Districts come out after half-time, put their foot to the floor and said, boys, we are a good footy team this year.
Yes, this is the real district side. I watched them last week. They were hopeless in front of goal. But this week it's a different side, even without their number one ruckman, Matthew Dennis.
So Priest goes up, picked up there by Schwartz. Comes there to Fijo. Fijo just off the ground. Oh, someone got taken around the head there, and Mitch Taylor's given that away. Umpire says advantage, play on, and a little kick forward, and standing all by himself there, 25 metres out from goal, is Luke Smith.
Looked like your boy Mazzini, is it? He's up though.
He did, and I reckon that's abuse there, verbal abuse, having a guess, but that's what it looked like to me. Luke Smith said, thank you very much, boys. I'll kick my second. And this is becoming a bit of a riot.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing. I think they're becoming a bit frustrated now too, Wanderers. They just haven't been able to break down the District's half-back line or even the midfield. And some bad discipline there, and another goal to Districts. And also a fairly big bump there on Mazzini, but he seems to be all right, Clint.
Yeah, he copped 2 in 2 minutes, Gray, I think. He's in the wars, but he's there. And, yeah, I reckon it was Mitch Taylor gave away the free kick. I wasn't sure if it was him for the abuse in the 50, but it doesn't matter.
10 goals to 2. So they've done what good sides do. They've gone on with it after half-time.
Yep, 16 minutes into this quarter, Wanderers still scoreless. There's Big Simpson's in the middle there. Oh, sorry, that's not Simpson, that's Adams. Again, the clearance won there by Southern Districts. Drills one out wide. Bolton taps it over the top. Smith-Thompson's there. Handball's there to Mitch Taylor. Taps it and then goes straight down the middle, but it was an ill-directed kick. Favours the Bowden. He's out there with his corresponding number 8 there, boys. McAdam goes in there to lend a hand. Umpire's pinged him for holding the ball. And it's going to be a free kick there to McAdam.
Charlie McAdam, son, of course, of the great Gilbert McAdam.
Great Gilbert. Little one out wide there to Driscoll, who we just found out before was only 22, 23 years old, Gray.
Only a lad.
which I find bizarre. He's built like a brick Scheisenhausen and a very, very good player. Was runner-up in the, what was it, Kai Valley, Best and Fairest?
Yeah, that's right, Kyneton.
Kyneton, sorry.
League,
Kyneton.
Yeah. And another mark here to Big Dunstan, I see. He's going to go back and have a shot for his 4th. So, yes, I think the game's gone for Wanderers now.
Yeah, these Southern Districts forwards are loving this. This is percentage boosting stuff and build up your stats. He's played really well. Close to the best player on the ground almost, Dunstan. Going to go right goalpost. Distance won't be an issue. He goes left goalpost, pushes it too far, miscued the kick.
And he's again fallen victim to the Tracy Village doctor, we could call it, couldn't we? Not the Fremantle doctor, the Tracy Village doctor.
The Fremantle doctor comes in and goes one way, and it's the same. It's a westerly.
Yeah.
This one sort of swirls, and it's hard to pick, but it stayed there in your right, Gray. Every kick down there has gone right to left.
Unbelievable.
So Mitchell Taylor, he's going to bring it down that outer side. Again, they're attacking to the side where the wind's pushing it towards the boundary, Gray. I don't know if they're going out there and they're trying to bring it back in the middle, but surely you've got to bring it down this side. And
well, if you think about it, you were saying earlier there's been very little play down this members' wing, is there? We're all the spectators are too.
I just find it bizarre they're using that outer wing. Whether you're trying to use the boundary to their advantage or not, doesn't matter. Ball comes out of Schwartz. Schwartz goes inboard. Newman's first back. Picks it up. Lumbers it out. He could get pinged here. Oh, umpire.
And another reminder that you're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 22-23 TIO NTFL season, and we're live from Tracy Village Oval in Darwin. Danger times again here for Wanderers, Clint.
Yep, they're all over him at the moment. Mitch Taylor drops what he should have taken, taps it to himself, then goes with a spiral out wide. Again, the wind is going to push it to that boundary line.
Yep. They definitely like playing that wide wing, don't they? Which it's the same side as, of course, the Tracy Village clubhouse.
So two ruckmen go up. Another clearance one there by Southern Districts. McLean, O'Connell is back in the middle. I think that's a good move. Goes down there forward. Butson's there, lays a tackle, should be holding the ball. Southern Districts players hurt himself there. Not sure if it was his shoulder or he got the wind taken out of him. I saw him go down. There is Waitman. Kick still 1-on-1. Newman decided to commit himself. There's quality opposition there, Mazzini. Mazzini gives it there to Matt Shannon. And Matt Shannon just ducks him board on that left foot.
See, that's the difference, Clint. Districts took it almost coast to coast then, haven't they? And who's lining up there with the blue boots?
That's McQueen. So we've got him down for 1. I think he kicked the first goal of the game.
Just running in numbers. They had faith in each other. They knew where their teammates were. And lo and behold, we've got a district player having a shot for goal.
Yeah, percentage going to be crucial this season with such a tight season, Gray, I would have thought, and those positions within the top 5 are going to be fought out. So perhaps one Southern Districts didn't pencil in as a major percentage booster. They would have just been happy with the win, but the way it's turning out, it's going to be a massive percentage booster.
Yes, they're leading comfortably at this stage, aren't they?
So McQueen from 40 doesn't hit it well.
He's gone the other side.
Mitch Taylor was there to mark it. He chose not to. Let it go out on the full.
One big +2 for districts. Clint is that abandoned game out at Palmerston a few weeks back where they got half a win. Those extra 2 points, I think they'll be very valuable in the race for the top 3.
Agree, mate. Agree. Every game matters, and I think, what have we got, 2 rounds? We got this one plus 2 more before Christmas, I think.
Before Christmas, yes, and then I think 6 rounds after Christmas.
So these guys get a good break at Christmas, and they deserve it. Playing in this heat, training in the build-up, playing in the build-up. You know, it's not easy for them. I'm sure they're looking forward to the break, but these games before Christmas are crucial and are going to help form the top 5 this year. Has Boys, who's been one of Wanderers' better players today, as per the last few weeks also. Goes down the middle. There's no one there. Lucky it got through. Spills there to McMurray.
Covering beautifully there was that district player who's got the ball now. Is that Driscoll?
I reckon that's Waitman.
Waitman?
He took his time with it. Got pressured on the kick. Good call there by Boys. O'Connell heard it. Dropped out. Goes inboard. Perhaps could have gone on then Jack Burke. And he's going to race around. Don't tell me he's going to go out to that pocket again. Oh, not too bad. Big Ed Simpson's there, but he doesn't have a lot of support. Butson handballs over the top. Comes there to Thomas Motlop. Thomas Motlop, a little one there to the hot spot. But there's more Southern Districts players there. Comes to McAdam. Goes boundary side on his favoured left foot. And that's a good clearing kick.
Very, very good kick out. Right from deep in the back pocket too.
I think that was McManus that took that. And he gives it to Luke Smith, who's pushed up. And this is where they've been getting them all day. Going back the other way. Mark there taken by Stanley. Menta wants it in the middle. Stanley says, I'm going to go there. It wasn't a great kick. And I reckon Southern Districts will be all right with that. They brought it from one end to the other. They get a stoppage about 50 metres around from their goal. And we've gone 23 minutes in this third quarter.
Yes, a healthy lead, and they're playing healthy football too, District. They'll be very happy with this. Bouncing back from last week's loss to their bitter rivals, Palmerston. And, as I said before, without their ace ruckman, Matthew Dennis, who will be watching this game live in Victoria, and we say hello to Matthew.
Without their ace ruckman, also without Kai Pudney, who's one of the best on-ballers in the sample.
Another one, yep.
He's played. And also without Boyd Woodcock, who's now training with Gold Coast, I see. So
okay.
The ex-Port Adelaide player. So you combine those two players with Matty Dennis and put them back in this team. It's a pretty enticing prospect, Southern Districts this year. I've backed them from the start. And if they can get all these guys on the park together, I think they're going to go pretty close, Gray.
Yes, they haven't won a flag since that 1-point win over the Buffaloes a few years back.
Newman around the corner, smothered there by George. I reckon he might have kicked it into his face then.
What do they call that? A falcon?
Falcon.
Under the coaching too of Shannon Rusker, who's back in the coach's box for the Crocodiles.
So a lot of sting going out of this one. Plenty of goals kicked in this third quarter, so this is going to be a long quarter. We've gone 24 and a half minutes. Players fight there. Defensive handball there by Southern Districts. Wanderers are there, can't gather. Plays for the free kick. Umpire says no. They just seem to be winning it in tight here, Southern Districts. Comes there to, I think that was O'Connell. He throws it on the boot, and the siren goes for three-quarter time.
And it's three-quarter time here at Tracy Village Oval, where Southern Districts lead Wanderers by 51 points. And we'll be back here at Tracy Village after a short break.
Is the heat policy?
This afternoon here at TIO Stadium. To the left of your radio they go.
Wow, what a goal to start the game.
Picked up by Makar. Beautiful. Goes for home and has nailed an absolute rip sorter. From the pocket, and he's kicked an absolute ripper.
Yep.
And welcome back here to Tracy Village Oval, where we're seeing the last rites, perhaps, of the Southern Districts Wanderers game, where Southern Districts, my fellow commentator Clint Firth, where Southern District lead Wanderers by 51 points at the three-quarter time.
Yeah, they put on 4 goals to that quarter, and Southern Districts Wanderers didn't score. So we thought Wanderers might come out and have a red-hot crack after half-time. It didn't work that way, and it was actually the reverse, and Southern District's pressure has been extremely impressive, and they've been the dominant team so far. So umpire Cypress Hart throws it up. Boys probably been one of their best again today. He gets the handball there to his captain, McLean. Down that outer side, Jerome Motlop gathers, feigns the handball there to O'Connell, goes in board. Mitch Taylor was there, but Bowden read it better.
He's been very good too as the game's gone on.
Been very good. Geez, you wouldn't want to pick the back line for the rep team. Great, there's a lot of players. I mean, Chloe Hesse from Palmerston's throwing his hand up. That guy's an absolute star. You got
very good player. He plays in the VFL too with Werribee Tigers.
And then you've
got Hesse, yeah.
And then you got the 3 from St Mary's, I believe. Maddie Green, Kieran Parnell, and Jellyman Turner. They're stars. Palmerston have got Jetta, Hams, and Chloe Hesse. You can make a case for all those 6. Newman and Mitch Taylor, you'd think have to be close. Bowden's got to be close. And then the Collis brothers, who I believe are the 2 probably most underrated players in the whole competition. So
no, you wouldn't want to be a selector. I'm a selector for the women's side, so that's going to be hard enough.
Okay.
And as I know, most of the NT ladies, they won't be happy if they get left out. But I think we're going to pick a squad of 30 initially for both men and women.
Yeah, tough gig.
But there's always players that are disappointed, isn't there?
Yeah, to squeeze 30 out of there is a very, very hard effort. It's a ball in the middle. McQueen, Smith, Staunton. Comes there to Shannon. Always goes back onto his left foot. Feed Joe.
Oh, here's trouble.
Bowls Newman. He's outnumbered there. Butson came forward to lend him a hand. Motlop, who's gone back by the looks of it. Handball's over the top there to Newman. It was a good handball. He didn't have to break stride. Butson lays a good shepherd for him. Priest hits up hard at it. Tries to keep it in. Probably not to the benefit of his team. Comes there to Staunton. He goes in board. A couple of Wanderers players there. Well done there by McLean. Handball's there to Arbonne. Good pressure again there by it's been noticeable, Gray, their pressure, and they've turned this over.
All day. They wanted to have had to earn every kick, and there's another mark to Big Dunce. No, that's the guy from the Waffle, isn't
That's the Jai Bolton. So
the dual Sandover medalist with the Claremont Tigers. It's the team I used to barrack for, Clinton.
So I reckon he's played a game this year, got injured.
He did. He got concussed.
He got concussed, so he would have had to take the next week off?
I think against St Mary's, yeah.
Okay. So he's starting to get 1 or 2 games under his belt. He's he hasn't been dominant today, but if he won 2 Sandover medals.
And he's hooked that shot.
He's hooked that across the face of goal.
You could even say he shanked it.
He shanked that.
From that distance, yeah. But no, the last rights, as I said, have been very disappointing by Wanderers. They've had a pretty good side on paper. And, of course, coming off back-to-back wins, but they just haven't been able to get their forward line working at all.
They're probably one of the more consistent teams in terms of the same players playing week in, week out. So you would have thought they'd start to gel a bit, but Southern Districts, again, as we said, have got them. Goes to O'Connell. That was Bowstead over the back. O'Connell gets his head taken off, then gets slung without it, and then gets ping-ponged in the ball. So perhaps could have been hard done by there. So there's Bowstead. Goes into our favourite pocket. Players go up. McQueen, his first one there. Staunton. Back to McQueen. Just raises the hands. He's tackled there by McLean. Crowd screen ball. Umpire agrees. It's going to be a free kick there to the Eagles captain. A risky kick inside. Made Auburn work there against his fellow number 32. He's got Motlop down this near side. Brodie Lake's right there with him. Motlop doesn't have a lot of help in there. Handball's over the top. I think that's McLean again. Bombs one outside 50. 3 Eagles there, and they get this. Priest picks up. Bombs one down to the 50. That's Big Ed Simpson. Jaden Adams. He gave up front position there. Picked up there by Delahaye. Handballs over the top. Almost missed the handball. Could have been a throw there against Priest. Ends up coming to Mitch Taylor. He spins around, whacks one forward, and fortuitously lands on the chest there of Jerome Motlop.
Was just going to say, Clint, one of the few times in the game where one of those scrambled kick forwards by Wanderers has worked.
Yeah.
Landed right in the chest region of the big fellow walking back towards us. Jerome Motlop, is it? It'll be a difficult shot. He has to beat that doctor, that the breed we were talking about earlier, the Tracy Village doctor.
Well, all day it's gone right to left, particularly down this end. It'll be interesting to see. Very hard for us to tell in the grandstand, but it's gone sharp right to left right at the end.
Oh, he's gone too far right.
He's coming back. But brought it back in for a point, 3 for 1 behind.
Yes, they badly needed a goal in just to put a bit of respectability back on the scoreboard. Yes, we were talking about districts off air before, Clint. There's quite a few players that aren't out there.
Yeah, well, like we said, Kai Pudney from the Sandful, who was probably their best player in the rep team. Matty Dennis, the best ruckman in the competition. You got Boyd Woodcock, and they're just the ones off the top of my head. So,
yeah.
I seriously think, from what we've seen today, they're a team to be reckoned with. This will take them and cement them firmly in the top 5 leading into Christmas, as the mark there taken by Roy George.
Well, depending on the Waratah Buffalo game, if the Buffaloes get up there, then districts are back on top. And they kicked a goal here.
Yep, picked up there by McManus, and from the pocket of death, he's drilled one. Sam McManus, number 26 for Southern Districts.
Oh, a very efficient goal, lad. He didn't muck around with it. Even though he came out of our dead pocket over there into the Stratco sign, but it worked. So they've skipped away now to a... What is it now? It must be a 57-point lead. Not good for Wanderers. Wanderers' percentage is fairly ordinary anyway. And it's going to be a bit less ordinary after this.
Yep, it's going to be a hard slog for them up until Christmas, and every game of the New Year is going to be vital if they want to play finals footy. Handball over the top to Simpson. Right, without it, that's an obvious free kick. Lake doesn't argue, and boys will take the free kick. Boys have been close to their best. Not really a penetrating kick forward, just got under it. Gave the Southern District's defender, their Waitman, all sorts of time to spoil. Comes there to Weitra. Weitra goes boundary side, right to the square there. I reckon that's gone through. Well done, Daniel Weitra.
Yes, a very clever goal there by Daniel Weitra. He's a very clever player anyway.
And he's played a good game as well.
Known mainly for his work off half-back, but he's sort of been through the middle today, and he half-forward. And that was a very smart goal by Daniel Weitra. And, shall we say, badly needed by Wanderers, who won't win the game, but at least they can put some respectability back on the scoreboard.
Yeah, so he joins Jabberson Priest and Thomas Motlop, as the 3 goal kickers there for the Wanderers. For Southern Districts, we've got Taj Stanley with 1, Bo Schwartz with 1, McQueen with 1, Mazzini with 2, Sam Dunstan 3, McManus 1, and Luke Smith 2.
Yes, how many goal kickers? That's 5. That's 7 goal kickers for Southern Districts. A nice spread.
So Lake in there doing some ruck work, perhaps surprisingly. Smith's over Boys. Boys had a really good last quarter. Handball's out to O'Connell. He can't grab. Lake goes back in. O'Connell, ping without it. And they're going to play on here, Southern Districts. Ball comes there to Stanley. Stanley goes inside 50. Wall there by himself is George, and he just waltzes in around on the left foot over his shoulder and says, boys, what you can do up one end, we can do up the other.
Yes, the instant reply, wasn't it? Force the ball forward from a kick out of the middle, a free kick, and lo and behold, Roy George on his left foot just ran into an open goal. So the margin increases, Clint, to 63 points.
57, that's what we got here.
So, yes, unfortunately the damage is getting worse for Wanderers.
So ball back in the middle there. Umpire Cypress Hart throws it up. Almost said Cypress Hill then. Ball comes there, down in the mark, taken there by Burke. Burke gives a handball through. Wanderers direct footy. That's probably better. Goes down there to the forward line. Believe it or not, Simpson does the roving. Keeps it in front of him. Taken off him there by Adams. Has a shot at goal. Did not hit it well. Only as far as McAdam. And he says, boys, I'm off to the races. Mitch Taylor corrals him. And a short one there to Lake, who's gone into the middle and been very impressive in this last quarter. Short one there to McQueen. And they're just space everywhere now at the moment. Mark there taken by Delahaye.
Just while we're on Lake there too, Clint, I see he's still showing the effects of that tackle on Bo O'Connell just early in the quarter.
Looks a bit ginger.
Still a bit sore.
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. So the ball goes down there, out in front of Schwartz. He grabs it, has one bounce, runs his full measure, right to his full measure, goes to the hot spot down there. Big Dunstan's there. Sort of looks unimpressed with himself there. Reckons he should have done better than that.
Yes. Yeah, it's one of the few occasions where you've seen a district player drop their head a bit, isn't it? They've been very, very good.
The boundary umpire. Again, another short one. And we'll go take two.
Gee, how many players down there? There must be 20 players around the ball down there.
Yeah, you called it, Gray. A lot of players, and they've done well there, the Wanderers, to hack that forward. Only as far there as Delahaye. You wouldn't think he'd be able to find a target inside 50 here with that many players there. He has a crack. Oh, Dunstan got a fair piece of it. Ball comes to the front. Dived on there by Smith. Spills out. George to McQueen. McQueen on his left boot. Well done, Jake McQueen. He's a dangerous player. And he kicks his second.
Yes, and he meant that. He lined it up, got around his left foot and thumped it through. A very clever goal from a clever goal sneak. That's their 13th goal too, isn't it? 13-8-86 to 3-5-23. So it's 63 point.
Oh no, he missed it, Gray. We both lost the plot. Must have been a point.
Gee, it looked like a goal, I'm sure. The umpire went to get both flags. He must have changed his mind.
Yeah, we both missed that. Probably one there by Arborn. Goes out wide to Motlop. Delahaye right with him. Motlop being good. Certainly not best on ground like he has been almost every single week he's played. So that's a credit there to Districts, and that is Schwartz running with him at the moment. Not Schwartz, sorry, Delahaye running with him at the moment.
Yes, they've watched his every step today. Very dangerous player is Stephen Motlop.
Yeah, you'd think he's going to poll very, very well in the Nichols medal. Perhaps what's going to get him is so far the amount of games the Wanderers have won.
Yeah. Yes, umpires tend to give the most votes to the winning side, don't they? And being a midfielder, though, he'll get votes.
Goal-kicking midfielder.
Yeah. Which is even better.
And an ex-AFL player. He's going to stand out, that's for sure.
The umpires will know all about Stephen Motlop.
It'll just be interesting to see how that's perceived. So,
is this Big Priest?
This is Big Priest.
He's been very good too. Very good player. Tried hard.
He has a crack, Priest, that's for sure. And he doesn't stuff around with it. That's a good kick right at the hot spot. Ball to the front. Picked up there by the Wanderers player. Ed Simpson likes it. Well done. I think that was Tyson White. Might have crumbed that and got his boot to it.
Okay, we'll give it to him. Number 10.
And he puts through Wanderers fourth.
Yes, they looked a lot better then. Went long and direct.
Yeah.
None of this mucking around in the pockets. As Roy George comes off for a spell. And running on there is number 26, Sam McManus. He was kicked a goal in this particular quarter.
You go long to Ed Simpson, put it on his head, and have Stevie Motlop and Thomas Motlop at his feet. It's going to be a pretty hard to stop that. But yeah, without, just to me, they just seem to go a little bit too wide, the Wanderers. I've called them a couple of times now. I think they did that against Pints as well. Not playing direct footy, but I'm sure they're working to some sort of plan.
Not just direct footy, Clint, but basic football, you would think. Go along to a big fellow and get some small fellows at his feet. What's happened here? Bounce.
Cooper, bounce. It wasn't his best one, the young fella. He's nailed most of them. Everyone thought he was going to get called back. He said no, it was all right. And now he's paid one too high to Boys.
Oh,
back to Arborn. They go back there. I think that might have been the goal kicker there. Gets it. Comes out wide. Motlop's there. Right with him there is Ben Galbraith. Not a huge man for a ruckman, but he's got a big leap.
He's a workhorse, though. He's done a very good job.
Started in the ruck today in Matty Dennis's position, who's having a rest this week, we believe.
Yes, as I said, he'd be down at Bundoora, is it, in Melbourne, watching the game. And good luck to you, Matty, and your new club, the Crocodiles.
Comes there to Arborn. Also got a lot of the footy. Spins in there. That's McLean. Handball's out there to Burke. Burke drives one. Central position there. That's McManus. Comes there. I think that's Mazzini. He's gone back to the back line now. So perhaps Southern District's just trying a few things. Goes in board, finds Matty Shannon. Shannon over the top. Smith's got a paddock out there if he can gather. Right with him there is McManus. McManus on his left, little 20-metre one forward, and he hits up Fijo. Fijo forward, I reckon that might be Mentha. And Mentha, he's got that big leading forward who just led straight at his eyes, and Big Dunstan plucks it, and from the pocket of death, he's going to line up for his fourth.
Yes, the pocket of death. We've only seen one goal from there all day, and that was Thomas Motlop in the first quarter. So he'll have to work out whether he kicks it out towards the square and then lets it drift back, perhaps.
Big Fraser Driscoll just in front of us here. Looks like he's pulled up stumps for the day. Bit of ice around that wrist.
There's a well-deserved rest there for Mr. Driscoll.
One of the best players on the ground in the first half in particular.
And
the game is up for grabs, Gray.
What's happened with that kick?
That's
missed
gone
again?
Across the face. Just snuck it through for one behind.
So you're right in the dying stages of this blockbuster out here at Tracy Village.
Down the guts. There's Simpson. Where's the one that's at his feet? McManus had the sun in his eyes then. There's Wheatra. Gets it out there to O'Connell. O'Connell, a little one forward.
Clint, I've just got a progress score from the game at TIO Stadium. I see the Darwin Buffaloes are leading Waratah, which means that right now Southern Districts are on top of the ladder.
Wow. I dare say not too many people will be watching us grow.
No.
That looks like a close one over there. They got the close one. So what's that, 8 points?
8 points in front, yeah.
I'm not sure if you can tell how long into the game or not.
Started at 4:30, so they'll be in the third quarter, you'd think. St Mary's, of course, big winners over the Tiwi Bombers by 8 goals. And we're waiting on the last game, Pint and Palmerston. That's out at DXC Arena.
It should be a ripper.
Yes, that's the night game, of course. Yeah, it should be a good one. Pint have impressed in their first season.
Yeah, I believe they're undefeated out there, Gray, from what I've read.
All right.
So that's their sort of stomping ground. They're going to make it a fortress. As Wanderers go forward here, in the mark taken by McLean, who's played a little bit forward this week. This should open up for him. He should be able to aim this at the right post and it should come around.
He's going to go the old round the corner.
He's going round the corner.
Mr. Johnson special. And
so McLean had a good game around the corner, just a tiny bit too skinny, 3 for 1 behind. Gets Wanderers to the 30s.
Yes, he's definitely been one of Wanderers' best as I tick 100%. Him off.
Yeah, Wheatra McLean.
Boys you've mentioned, Stephen Motlop in and out, Brodie Newman and the Ruckman Priest.
Yep. Thomas Motlop been serviceable, probably not his best game, but he's serviceable every week. Comes out of McAdam, down out in front of us. George goes up. He can't gather. Smith can't gather. Comes out of Mentha. Matty Motlop's in there. Picked up there by George. Goes scooting through the middle, right into the sun there. It's a couple of times that Manus has had the sun in his eyes. And he goes out there. He's got some run out there from Jack Palmer. He's been the second ruckman for Southern Districts today. Goes long down there to his skipper. And that's how you get a game next week. You kick it to your skipper in red time.
That's right. Find the captain with as much short passes as you can. And as the ball goes out of bounds, Clint, reminder that you're watching AFL on T's coverage of the 22-23 TIO NTFL season, and we're here at Tracy Village Oval to watch Wanderers and Southern Districts.
So as we tick in a red time, what have we got? 11, 6, 12. We don't actually have the goals, perhaps only 4 or 5 goals this quarter, so not going to be a super long quarter as Wanderers spray one in. The ball goes out of bounds there, down in the pocket of death in front of the Tracy Village pub.
Yeah, both sides have kicked 2 goals, so it's only a 4-goal quarter at this stage. So you think there'll only be 3 or 4 minutes left?
Yep. Butson drills one out there under the scoreboard. Picked up there by the Wanderers. That is Smith-Thompson. Gives it to O'Connell, and that's what he's got to do. Perhaps carry the ball a little bit more. Had a really good first quarter. Lowered the eyes there. Hits up Mitch Taylor inside 50. And let's see if Big Mitch can work this breeze out.
Yes, the Wanderers boys have all gone forward from the back half of them. They've decided, well, if they can't kick goals, we will. And can the captain find another one for the joint skipper, of course? The other joint skipper just had a shot and missed.
When you play at full-back for 15 years, when you get one at 40 metres out, Gray, I don't think he's looked sideways, Mitch. He said, boys, I'm lining this up. So again, right goalpost should do it for him. Just outside the right goalpost almost. Kicks, goal umpire doesn't move.
Gee, never looked like missing. Beautiful shot.
Well done by the skip.
Maybe Wanderers have found a new spearhead. Mitchell Taylor. That's their 3rd for the quarter, Wanderers, so they've certainly finished off anyway, even though they're in for a big loss.
Yeah, credit to him running out. He could have got real ugly halfway through that 3rd quarter. Was looking like it could be a disaster really for Wanderers, but to their credit, and look, Southern District's only at 82 points, so
yep. And Waratahs have bounced. They're leading now in that game at Marara. They're leading the Buffaloes by 5 points. They've kicked the last couple of goals, so a good game out there, Clint.
We got a cricket score, Gray?
No, but I can find. Yes, the Aussies and the West Indies. That's turned into a bit of a...
Ball back in the middle there, dropped there by Weetra. Picked up there by Lewis on his left foot. It's 3-on-3 here. Southern District's player from the back there. Spills down there to Tyson White. Just fell in his lap. He said, Merry Christmas, thank you, and puts through his 2nd.
You're happy with that, Tyson? That's his 2nd goal, right, for the quarter. As Districts have taken their foot off the pedal with a couple of minutes left.
The District's coach would be too happy. I mean, the game is done and dusted 5 minutes, 10 minutes into the 3rd quarter, but we did say percentage, such a tight competition is going to be crucial this year. And
yes, and the real good sides don't stop, do they? They nail every nail they can find into the coffin. Maybe there's one loose one in the corner they haven't seen yet. So what are we? 12, 10, 82 to 6, 6, 42. So it's back to 40 points.
Probably no longer than 2 or 3 minutes left.
Umpire Jared Collins used to umpire up here in the 90s, Clint.
Oh, okay, beautiful. Yeah, he's a big unit. He's got some big quads on him, which is surprising, running around 10, 15 Ks a game in this heat. Comes there to Shannon. Shannon on his left boot. Fires at goal. That one looked like it got caught in the wind as well. Hung right. And Matty Motlop's going to bring it back in for the Wanderers.
He's got that long, raking left foot kick, Matt Shannon. Unfortunately, he hasn't found the major opening yet, or has he? He might have kicked one
Butson goes in there. He got his opposition player around the guts there. Umpire said play on. Swing around there by Brodie Lake. Didn't bring it round far enough. Through for 1 point. So Butson back in. It's up there by Lewis on his non-preferred foot. McAdam can't gather. Eventually comes to him under the pump. Lewis just gave him a tiny little one after it. It was about 10 minutes too late, but there was nothing in it. And Wanderers are going to switch here. They've got the ball down that outer side. Picked up there by McMurray. McMurray goes. He's got Priest. He's out in front there. He's got to pick up and gather. Goes to the top of the square. Players go up. Wide again for his third in the quarter. Well smothered there by the Southern Districts player. Under the pump. Comes to Mazzini. He's gone down back as well. Here's the resting ruckman. He's down back as well. He spins on a dime. Ran himself into all sorts of trouble. Mitch Taylor says, I'm getting that ball across the line, boys. Throw it in.
Timekeeper's finger must be almost on the button, you'd think, at 25 and a half minutes gone. Yeah. Districts by 41 points.
Not too many quarters go over sort of 26. Unless we have a stretcher or a serious injury.
Yes. Or down in the Big Rivers League when teams walk off. Has happened once or twice down there, isn't it?
We'll stay away from that, Gray. Ball goes forward.
Oh, nice mark.
Well done there, the swingman, Mazzini. He's gone back. He just says, boys, I can do it back and forward. Comes out there to Shannon. And Shannon drills a long left foot. Smith, he's going to gather. He's got a player running there. Delahy with him. Delahy was in a couple of mines there and ends up shanking one forward. Wasn't a great kick.
Yeah, it was a real finger breaker, wasn't it? That
Probably
one?
his disposal's not his best asset, Delahy, but he does find the footy. He comes out of Butson. Butson drills one down long. Adams can't gather. With him.
Clever.
There is Galbraith. Galbraith wins it, goes in board, and the mark there taken by Mentha. Mentha back to Delahy. He's got a player out wide. Probably no need to use him. He can go longer down there. He's got Big Dunstan. Caught one in the head. Umpire said, no, you didn't. Get up and play on. Yeah. Well done there by Matty Motlop. Drills one out wide. And Arborn, who's not a pretty player. He's not tall. He's not quick, but he finds the footy. Him and boys do a lot of the engine work for the Wanderers. He finds Wheatra. It's really opened up now. It's going end to end. Wheatra goes forward. Going up there's White. Nice handball there by the Southern Districts player. Mazzini comes charging out of there. Over to Mentha. It just gives the don't argue there to Arborn. Ball goes in the middle. Fijo's got a paddock.
The old fend there by Mentha, wasn't it?
Yeah, on this near side, Smith. He was calling for it. He went more direct than that. Keenan Smith-Thompson's got to get rid of it. Comes out of McMurray. Ooh. He gets drilled there by Stanley as he kicks it. Got good connection on it. And the mark taken out wide. Actually, that was McMurray. He drills it in there to O'Connell. O'Connell with a beautiful kick down there. Mark dropped there by White. Geez, we are having a long quarter. We're on 27 and a half minutes. Maybe the siren's broken, Gray.
Yes.
As the players go in.
It's an unusual siren out here anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe they've lost it. Quite sure how you can lose a siren, but...
it was a different siren than 2 weeks ago, so I'm not too sure what's going on with it. Yeah, you can see the time on the board there. Matches the one on the screen. 28 minutes gone. O'Connell tries to spiral one, doesn't hit it well, and they got numbers back there and dropping back. Matty Shannon takes that mark. On his left boot, goes out wide. They're just going to hold possession here. Mazzini. Short to Delahy. That slippery ball almost goes through his hands. Grabs it. Inboard there to Fijo. And Fijo plays on. Jeez. Roy George has got a lot of space out there. Goes inboard. And he hits up Bo Schwartz. They've done this well, haven't they?
They're after some more goals, you'd think. Here's a long shot by Fijo.
Call it, Gray. Ronald Fijo, well done. Got about 4 or 5 touches in that play.
Yes, coast to coast almost, wasn't it?
Yep. and another good player for him. I believe he may have been on Gold Coast list or rookie list. Perhaps I may have that wrong.
Well, no, he was looked at definitely,
Yeah.
but they've gone and picked up Jed Anderson, the former Darwin Buffalo,
I did
who got
see
delisted
that.
by North Melbourne. He's on his way to the Gold Coast, and good luck to Jed.
And there was another
he's watching
player as well. Yeah, I find it bizarre. North Melbourne got rid of him. 99 games. He has a crack, and maybe I'm missing something when I watch it, but he's.
Don't worry, Clint. Some of the recruiting that goes on, that we can do is shake your head sometimes.
Especially with Cunnington getting old in that midfield there. They need an inside midfielder. They've got all these young guys.
Desperately, yeah.
Got 10 games.
There it is. There it is. The game's over here at Tracy Village. Southern Districts have won by 47 points in the round 10 game out here at Tracy Village Oval. We've enjoyed your company. I'm sure you've enjoyed ours. And we'll see you all next week. My name is Gray Morris, and I was joined here by Clint Firth. Stay tuned for more round 9 action when we broadcast live to the NT News.